If it's the night before your production, this should look very familiar. We got a little charging station happening. This video is going to compare the SmallRig V-Mount versus the HyperCore Neos. I feel like I invested a lot in these. I have 3 of them. I also bought the compact travel charger. They get way bigger than this, but this is the charger for the SmallRig. I don't have enough of these USB-C ports, so in my theory, this should work. I think I could just daisy chain this to one of the multiple USB-C ports, and that works. Great. This little channel is gaining steam. We got companies sending us cool products for free. Normally they send me, or they try to send me, crap products. Oddly enough, I did a V-mount battery integration a couple vlogs ago. You guys can look at that. And this is a battery that I probably wouldn't pick up normally because the price tag is so high, and I don't want to experiment with my money when I know that the batteries I have are working already. Funny enough, a couple years ago, if I was showing you parts on my camera, I would say, oh, this is SmallRig, but I just got it because I spend money on the premium parts. Now they are going into all these different gear areas. I know they have lights, they have these batteries, they have all the knickknacks that I put on my camera normally, like the cable clamps, a bunch of adapter pieces. So I'm hesitant to trust a company that started out with small hardware and now they're getting into electrical products that dictate how much voltage my expensive camera gets. So I am taking a little bit of risk on this, but so far, from all of the colleagues that I know that I've used the smaller versions, the 98s, they say it's fantastic and they love it.
What it comes down to is simple.
In this mock podcast, I'm shooting one character at a time, so they're looking at the teleprompter right now, and I'm just having them look off screen as if they were looking at another character. So the DJI Mic 2s are going to be the preferred audio system for this client because it's a female and she doesn't like having the heavier Sony UWPs pulling down on her clothing. She just likes how much faster and more convenient they are. So I guess we're going to be using those. But for every other client, I will be using the Sonys. And please don't comment it. I've got it 1,000,000 times already. I know about the hot shoe. I will be purchasing it. I'm pointing to the battery for my thumbnail, but it's going to be a great addition. I'm only going to use it for this though. The reason I bought the Sony UWPs are to deal with heavy Wi-Fi locations like conferences, and I was dealing with so many dropouts and RF hits. The Sonys are going to be still the main system, but in this type of studio, I am not getting any RF or any type of Wi-Fi interference. Just using 2 lights, my 300C, 200X, it's great. That's something I'm learning with this client is I'm just trying to scale back, make things easier, not perfect. It's 10:30, we've been going since about 8:30. Normally, my HyperCores last 3 hours and 30 minutes. So with this one, I'm only 20% down. It definitely was a little bit lighter shooting than normal, but that's just one more thing I get to take out of my head, monitoring battery levels. I just know this thing is has a ton of power in it, and it's going to be lasting hours and hours and hours. So that part in itself is nice.
Not only are you not activating muscles, you're injuring yourself too. You're having potential for injury.
This has nothing to do with videography, but I was actually going to consider recommending this for my girlfriend who is starting a nail business where she goes to the client, so she needs to have everything portable. And I was looking at this battery and I was like, well, with 5 ports, 2 DC barrels, 2 USB-Cs, and a USB-A, she might be able to power her whole system. They have an overhead light, they have a blue curing light, they have a drill, a couple other things, especially with 212 watt hours. I don't think D-taps are going to be applicable, but I think she could have a mobile power station that's small, tiny, could do everything, even multiple jobs per day, just needing to find the right accessories that can plug into these ports. Luckily, they're pretty universal. So I bought my extra camera, didn't even end up using it. Memory card's going straight back in, but it's the backup. So it's there in case I need it. After this, we're done in the studio. Now we need to reposition to going outside to shoot with the phone. They wanted to do basically a freestyle, just see if we found any magic of them just going back and forth as fitness coaches and seeing which strategies work best. So this is where I'm using my iPhone 13 Pro. I'm using the DJI Mic 2s, both transmitters. You can see the magnet is on the guy. Well, you can't see it now, but and she has hers under her shirt on her sports bra. And it is working perfectly. I know it's a phone, but this is designated for social media. The HDR function is amazing. If I had my normal camera here, these shadows would be much more crushed. And it's just so easy.
Keep your eye line up, and then that way.
Eye line up.
Yep. That way your chin stays up, and you get a little bit more of your lower abs down by your groin.
Those are my findings. Just one day of testing. I had a good user experience. I could see me using this for when I'm on a shoulder rig and I need to balance out the weight in the back, or when I need to throw this on a light, because normally a 98 watt hour gets used up so fast when it's on a light, and this would just have a little bit of extra leeway. Well, I didn't know this existed. It gives you a display of which ports are sending out power, how much voltage, how much time, still capacity remaining. That could be very helpful to have this display if you need to troubleshoot which ports are not working or which devices are not getting correct power. No affiliate links or anything like that on this one, but I do believe it is on sale on B&H right now. And if you remember, I saw a manual in my last vlog on the way to Port St. Lucie. Well, in this one, I invited Logan. He was also at my Orlando filmmaker meetup recently. And when we were talking there, he said, yeah, I'd be interested in going to a combat class. So we did boxing and kickboxing. It was a definite workout. But I love just to see people trying new things, because he said this is day one, and I'm also a beginner as well. Go!